welcome to the first video of this channel. My name is Jojo and I will be taking y'all along with me over the next few days of my life. I am currently 23 years old and I work a full-time 9-to-5 job in Boston. It's currently Friday morning and I'll be working from home today, so I'm about to log on. So I did not realize what time it is. It's before 7. I woke up really early and I was like, I'm gonna start recording this vlog, and I just didn't even realize what time it was. As I have some time before I have to log on to work, I decided that I'm going to clean the apartment. I'm realizing now too that I should probably do some laundry. So I'm gonna throw that in first and then get into cleaning. Hey guys, so you can probably hear the laundry running in the background. I'm not sure if my phone is picking up that audio, but I'm done cleaning for today and I am gonna go log on to work, write down some of the to-dos that I have. It's Friday, so I don't think I'll have too much going on. And then I'll talk to you guys later when I'm done. So I'm currently done with work today and I've just changed into some gym clothes because I am heading out to meet my friend at the rock gym. Climbing is something that I enjoy doing regularly, and my friend, I'm trying to get her into it. So I'm gonna meet her there and I'll probably get some dinner later this evening. But yeah, I'm gonna take you guys along with me for the rest of my Friday. Hey guys, it is Saturday morning. I didn't go to bed till pretty late last night, so this morning has been off to a slower start. I was also expecting to run because the weather is a lot cooler here, but that is not happening because I'm just so physically tired. I climbed like 2 days in a row and then I had a yoga class, and for me that's a lot of physical activity. So anyways, because it is the end of the week and also the end of the month, there are some weekly, monthly reset things that I want to do, and it's part of my routine. These are just little habits that I've built up ever since I graduated from college and started working full time. For my weekly routine, you guys saw that I cleaned the apartment, and I clean the apartment every week. There are some bigger things that I'll do at the end of every month, which I also got to do yesterday. And then I also did my paycheck routine, which is actually something I do bi-weekly now, every time my paycheck comes in. But for today, I am going to do my weekly journal entry where I write everything that has happened to me throughout this past week. So I dedicate a paragraph to every day, and then I just talk about things that happened throughout the day, if there were any emotions that I felt, especially throughout the week. This is like the time dedicated to hash it out. And I've been doing this since September of last year, so it's been really cool to see how far I've come. I'll do the weekly journal entry. I'm also going to write down in my planner things that I have coming up for the week, this upcoming week, and then next month. Then I will be reflecting on my goals from this past month as well as set new ones for this upcoming month. So that's kind of where my morning is heading. Later today, I'm gonna meet up with my friend again, the same friend as yesterday, and she and I are going on a sunset cruise at Seaport. So I think that'll be a lot of fun. It is kind of chilly, so I'm a little nervous, and it's also cloudy. There's indications of potential rain. So yeah, I think it'll be fine. I am going to get started on all of that reset stuff. I also have breakfast here with me, my black iced coffee, of course, and some water to hydrate. But yeah, let's get started. So it's almost 2:30. In the past few hours, I've been pretty productive, I think. I also FaceTimed Jason, and he and I watched a movie together. We watched Insurgent, which is like part of the Divergent series. If you guys know the books, you know that like the movies are also out. They've been out. I realized, I looked it up, the Divergent movie came out in 2014, so it's already been 10 years, which is like kind of crazy. I remember them coming out too, and I had read all the books, and I'm pretty sure I watched all the movies as well. We're just rewatching it because I think it's nostalgic. I still have some time before I have to get ready for the boat cruise and head over to Seaport, and I was going to read a little bit, but then I decided that I'd come on here and actually talk about some books that I've read over the past few months and that I've really enjoyed. Growing up, I used to love reading, and high school and college came around and I didn't have time to really read as a hobby. And now that I do have time for hobbies, I'm really glad that I picked up reading. Back in January, I gave myself a goal to read 24 books, and it's currently July, and I've already read 24 books, so I'm gonna increase that goal. There are some books that I just wanted to share. If you see me like looking here, it's because I have my laptop and it has the books that I want to chat about today. The first book I wanted to talk about is called Tomorrow, Tomorrow, and Tomorrow by Gabrielle Zevins. Basically a story of two friends, Sam and Sadie, who both love video games, and the story progresses through 30 years of their life, and within those 30 years they become super successful in the gaming industry. They're both video game designers and like become super popular, and it's just a really cool story about friendship and following career. And because it spans over 30 years, you kind of see the characters develop and progress throughout. And the second book I wanted to talk about was Chain Gang All-Stars. It's a dystopian science fiction book, and it takes place in a universe where America's private prison industry has a fight to the death entertainment program. Prisoners can essentially sign up to be a part of this program in exchange, after I think fighting for like a certain amount of time or like having certain number of wins, if they don't die, they are free. This like world is essentially brought to life with various perspectives involved. You get point of view of the actual fighters, people who are protesting against this because it's like a very controversial concept, of course, and then the people who watch the games and like are fans of it. So you get like a lot of different points of view, and I think that's a really cool aspect of it. The other thing that I think is super important about this book is that it also includes footnotes about facts on America's current, like real existing prison system, and how it's essentially built on systemic racism, capitalism, and overall it's like a really good book, but it's also hitting some serious topics, which I really enjoyed. So the third book that I wanted to chat about is Remarkably Bright Creatures, which I swear, like every time I go into a bookstore, it's always like on display, and it's this very colorful book, and I really actually enjoyed this book. It follows an elderly woman named Tova, who's been working at an aquarium since her husband recently passed, and alongside that, she carries the tragedy of losing her son, her 18-year-old son, 30 years before the time frame in which the book takes place. At the aquarium, she befriends a octopus named Marcellus, and Marcellus, you get like little bits of his perspective, but Marcellus deduces what happened to Tova's son and tries to like communicate that to her in his super like clever ways. So that was a really good book. I had read it for fun, but I know a lot of people read it for their book clubs and things like that. So number 4 is The Heaven and Earth Grocery Store, which is sort of like a historical fiction novel. It is about an American neighborhood where immigrant Jews and African Americans live side by side. And I'm not gonna get too much into the story because I think the plot is pretty like sophisticated and there are like a lot of different components to it, but it's essentially highlighting elements of community and the relationships within the community and how people depend on each other and rely on each other when trying to survive living in the margins as a minority. The final book I'm going to tell you guys about is called Before the Coffee Gets Cold, and this is a contemporary Japanese literature book, and it has like elements of magical realism in it. So the preface of the story is there is a cafe in the back alley of Tokyo. In this cafe, there's a seat that you can take, and the seat will allow you to travel back in time. And there are some rules about the whole time traveling aspect of it, but the book itself is divided into 4 sections, all of which are interwoven. It's a very short book. It's a very quick read. The reason why I wanted to bring this book up was because it's the first book that I read that is of Japanese literature. Ever since reading that book, I've been exploring this particular genre more. Growing up in the US, you read a lot more stories written by American or European authors. That is what's typically on the syllabus and typically on the shelves. Japanese literature is really interesting because it's just written differently, simpler, more so to the point. At least the Japanese literature that I've read so far. It's like refreshing. Before the Coffee Gets Cold is also part of a series. So there are, I want to say 4 or 5 books that also take place in like the same cafe. There are 5 of the 24 books that I've read this year that I've really enjoyed. Also, if you have any book recommendations, feel free to leave them in the comment down below. I'm always looking for new things to read.